Hey everybody, so I'm back again with another recap of 90 Day Fiance. Is it just me or is anybody else weary? I mean, we are at episode 6. I'm assuming we have 4 episodes left. I'm tired. Like, this cast is exhausting between the show and what's going on outside the show, which I won't talk about in this recap, but all the drama. It's just, I'm tired and we're only halfway through and I'm already tired of these people. I'm starting to feel like maybe not all of them, but a big majority of them are only on this show so that they can become famous. Like, it's not about like us watching their journey to get married to someone from another country. It's literally about like, that's the catapult to their like famous career or something. I feel like half this cast want to be Kardashians. I'm exhausted. Y'all go ahead and subscribe, whatever, like, share, you know the drill. Oh Lord, I am worn out with these people. This is the most infuriating cast I think that I have seen in a long time, because usually it's like one couple, maybe two, that really just kind of like pisses you off, or like, it's like all of them are mad annoying. But let's get into this recap. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Kalani and Asuelu. So this episode, Kalani and Asuelu are in Utah, living in their parents' old home with her brother, Nick. And, you know, Kalani is having doubts about whether or not she wants to marry Asuelu because he does dangerous things with the baby. They go to this part. Y'all, where's my fan? Because I'm hot again. Kalani. Okay, so they found out Asuelu apparently does not know how to ride a bike. He said he asked his parents. His parents just never bought him a bike or something. I don't know. So they take him to this park to teach him how to ride a bike. Like, it's like Asuelu already looks like a child. He already looks slow. He already talks like a little kid, acts like a little kid, thinks like and then they're gonna go teach him how to ride a bike, which is the most childish thing. He looks so child. Like, it's like I don't know if it's the producers doing this. It's like partly like the way the show is being filmed, and also partly the way Kalani treats him and puts him down all the time, that just makes him so emasculated to me and look like a little boy. And I'm really tired of it. Like, I'm over it. Oh, you know, while Asuelu is, you know, falling down somewhere on that bike, Kalani and her brother sit down and have a conversation about the wedding. He wants to know so he can put in time off work. When's the date? Kalani doesn't know because she's not sure if she wants to marry Asuelu, because she says she doesn't know if she can trust him with Oliver, and that would be the deal breaker for her if he does dangerous things with the baby. That to me is a lie. I don't believe her at all. I think that the whole he's not safe with the baby thing is a cop-out, because there are plenty of men, first-time fathers, who don't know what the heck they're doing. They're taking it day by day. They're learning things as they go, and they do just fine. I think that Kalani doesn't really like Asuelu. I think that they're together now. I don't know, but I don't feel that I think that she trapped herself. I think she honestly trapped herself. I think that she was a 28-year-old. I know a lot of people don't think she was a virgin. I actually think that she was a virgin. There's a couple reasons why I think she was a virgin. First of all, I know people my age who are virgins. They exist. There are people who wait. Not everybody's out here busting it open from the time they're 16 years old. So it's possible that she could, I don't know her life, but she could be. Another thing is how quick she went down here and just gave it to this man that she don't even hardly like, and got pregnant nonetheless. I think that Kalani was ready to lose her virginity. Asuelu happened to be Asuelu's a good looking guy. She was on vacation. He probably paid her a lot of attention. I think that she was ready. I think it was like the perfect storm. She was ready to lose it. She was ready to break away from that whole religion she grew up under, she was ready to start her whole moment. Like, that was like, she was like, I'm ready to start my whole moment. This was the first guy who paid her attention. She was like, boom, I'm gonna give it to him. I like him. We vibing. I think that's what happened. And I think she just didn't be safe with it and got pregnant. And now she's having to try to make this work like it's a relationship when she didn't even want him. Asuelu said himself that Kalani told him when she left the first time, I don't even date brown guys, I only date white guys. This was just something, I was just trying to lose my virginity real quick. You know, you was cool and all, but we not finna be together like that. Like, they weren't even together when she left. She popped up pregnant. Now she's trying to quick, fast, in a hurry piece this together like it's a relationship, and she's in love with Asuelu. She is not in love with Asuelu. I don't think she ever was in love with him. I think she liked him. I think he was nice to her, and she gave him her virginity. That's what I think happened. There is no romance here. She had a baby, and now she's trying to patchwork a marriage because there's a baby, and it's not working. And so she's like, I need a cop out. So she's like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing, so yeah, we'll use this as the cop out for why I don't want to marry him. No, Kalani, you don't want to marry him because you don't like nor love him. That, I just don't believe it. I don't believe that this woman likes this man. I think that she wanted to dip and do it. I think she wanted to bend it over, bust it wide open, and Asuelu happened to be right there. That's what I think. So she's claiming that she's postponing this wedding because of that. So now they're doing the whole testing him with the baby thing. So he goes shopping with Nick by himself without her. And, you know, he's putting the baby up on his shoulders. I mean, he wasn't doing anything to me that was worthy of calling DHR. Like, they were acting as if they needed to call CPS on him. Oh, the baby's putting a shirt in his mouth. Babies put everything in their mouth. You turn your head, you turn back around. I'm sure Oliver has put something in his mouth in Kalani's presence by accident. You know, he put the baby up on his shoulders. Okay, yeah, Oliver is a little young to be up on somebody's shoulders. I mean, he must have called Eric and got fatherly advice from him because he loved putting Alessandra up on his shoulders. But Oliver is a little small for that. But at the same time, nothing happened. He was fine. He wasn't running with him on his shoulders. They were literally standing in the store. To me, the whole Oliver's not safe thing is a farce. It's a cop-out. It's tired. It's a tired excuse because it doesn't make any sense. This is this man's child, and, you know, I don't think they don't need to get married, but she needs to be honest with herself and us for the reason why she don't want to marry Asuelu, because it ain't because he's not safe for the baby. It is because she does not like him. Because he is more, now that he's here with her all day, every day, she's like, ooh, you are annoying. And I didn't know you was going to get on my nerves this bad. I didn't realize I didn't like you, like, at all. Like, now that I'm with you all day, every day, I don't like you at all. So let me try to find a way out of this. And that's exactly what she's doing. Poor Asuelu. Asuelu, I think he needs to just go on back to his coconuts. I mean, I know he wants to be in his son's life, but I think they need to, like, see him twice a year or something. Let Oliver go to Samoa, or he come to America like a couple times a year. Kalani and her family are toxic for Asuelu. This is not going to be a good marriage. It's a no-go. Oh, gosh, this sweet poor man. This just gentle, like, teddy bear of a man. And this crazy, bless you, toxic family. Poor Asuelu. But that's pretty much it for Kalani and them. I'm so over this whole family. Let's move on to the next couple. Okay, so next is Colt and Larissa. So this episode, Colt, Larissa, and Debbie are going on a triple sister wives date out for some authentic Brazilian food because Larissa does not like American food. And I basically called it when I said why Larissa didn't eat Debbie's stew, because she could look at Debbie and tell that it wasn't seasoned. Because Larissa straight up admitted to us that Debbie does not put salt in her food. And I was a little surprised by that. I didn't know if it was a language barrier thing and she just meant salt as in, like, seasoning in general. Because, you know, white people are known for salt and pepper now. They'll sprinkle salt and pepper to taste. You know, that's their favorite thing, honey. Salt and pepper to taste. And to taste for them is like a boop. That's it. Don't put too much. Don't put too much pepper. Gonna be spicy. Gonna be too hot. I can't eat it. It's hot. Okay, how much pepper did you sprinkle? They're going to, and it looks like they went to Texas de Brazil. And we have a Texas de Brazil downtown here. And I've gone there before. And first of all, let me just say, oh my God, so good. It's also extremely expensive. 4 people was about $200. So for the 3 of them, I'm just gonna guess and say $150. The sun was bright and shining as usual when they eat dinner. I'm assuming that it was probably 2:45 p.m. because I know for a fact if Colt will not even buy a $20 bouquet of flowers out of a vending machine, that he's not spending $150 on a dinner for 3 people. So I'm sure that it was a strong 2:45 p.m. in the afternoon, and they went and got that early bird special, which was probably half the price of the dinner menu. They sit down and they start to discuss the wedding, and you know, Debbie and Colt and Larissa are just talking about what they want to do and how they want to have the wedding and maybe some potential places they could have it and things like that. And then somehow the conversation just turned all the way to the left, and Colt is acting as if he's having doubts about marrying Larissa. And I'm like, I know Larissa is a little bit, you know, much. I think that she's a little psychotic. Just me personally. I think that she's a little bit off. She's a little delusional, but you know, Colt, this girl agreed to marry you, bruh. I mean, I'm just gonna come with it. Like, this girl has agreed to marry you, hips, boobs, cats, and all. I don't think you need to be hesitating. Whatever. Colt can live his life. And so Colt said that he is, you know, 97% sure that he wants to marry Larissa. Larissa is shooken by that, and she says that her surety has dropped to 30% after Colt says that, because she's just like, oh, you look like this. Like, look what I'm putting up with. Look what I have to wake up to in the morning. And you want to tell me you 97% sure you want to marry all of this? Or do you see all of this that you're getting? Like, I kind of feel Larissa on that. If a dude told me he was 97% sure, about marrying me, I probably would have been a little salty myself. You better be like those girls on Mari and be 1000% sure that you're ready to marry me, okay? Larissa's a little bit tiffed about that, and so Colt tries to make up to her by doing a little wedding planning on his own. So he has gone and looked at some venues and picked some out, and he comes out on the little patio the next day or the next scene and brings her a drink and tells her that he found this nice little spot for them to have their reception. So they go and visit it. So they get there. It's a cute little restaurant. They have their own little private dining area. And so the little maitre d' or hostess girl, you know, goes and shows them, and they're talking, and she's telling them about the room and how many people it seats and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Colt is like, oh, I like your glasses. And the girl's like, I don't think you, I like your glasses too. And Larissa's looking at them like, do y'all need a moment? Like, you could tell she was like not having it. And I'm just gonna say it. That scene felt a little staged to me, because it was the way Colt said it to the girl. It didn't sound natural. It didn't sound like he was naturally just saying that. It sounded like he was waiting for his line, and then when everybody stopped talking, he could say his line. I don't know. It just seemed very forced to me. Then, further forcing the whole fake scene situation, Larissa decides to get into an argument with Colt, saying, you know, he shouldn't be flirting with this girl. And then in her confessional, she's like, Colt is a womanizer. Colt is I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Colt is a womanizer? She says that he flirts with all these different women. Girl, are the women real? Are they actual humans? Are you sure? I think she might be thinking about Cookie Dough and Baby Girl and Sugar. Are you talking about actual women? Or are you talking about them cats? Girl, Colt ain't no woman. Colt is a catnizer. He ain't no womanizer. Listen, either one or two things. Either this scene is completely fake and staged, because when they were having the argument at the table when the girl was bringing out the food, they were both smiling. Like, they were both smiling. It didn't seem like a serious argument. Larissa was smiling. I think Larissa might just smile when she's angry or something. I don't know. It seemed fake. Colt was kind of laughing, like holding back laughter as if he didn't take her seriously. I don't know. Either that was fake, or Larissa is just as psychotic as we all think that she is, if she thinks that Colt is flirting with the women and that he's a womanizer. Like, I don't even understand how you make a statement like that looking at this man. This man puts dresses on cats, okay? Nobody wants him but you, boo-boo. I didn't really know what to think about the whole argument that they had in the restaurant and Larissa acting some kind of way. I'm like, okay, we've seen, if you've been keeping up with the stuff that's going on with them in present time, we kind of know that Larissa's a little bit off. So I'm not sure if like her crazy is showing, or if TLC was like, hey, we're gonna stage a little argument for y'all, Colt flirt with this girl. I don't know, honestly. It just didn't seem genuine to me, but I know Larissa is a nut. I mean, she is crazy as a soup sandwich, and I have no doubt in my mind about that. But at the same time, this scene just felt a little weird to me. I don't know, but that was it for Colt and Larissa. Let's move on to the next couple. Okay, so next is Fernanda and Jonathan. So Fernanda and Jonathan had just touched down in Chicago. First of all, let me just say Fernanda is so beautiful. Like, she is a gorgeous girl. She landed that plane, hair beautiful, face like lightly beat, like not a full beat, but like a natural beat. Scarf, like I loved her scarf. I love infinity, like big scarves. Oh my God, I wanted that scarf. She looked amazing. I've never gotten off of a plane looking nearly that good. So I was like, girl, yes. And so when they get there, they go see Jonathan's sister, Jackie, first, and her boyfriend, I can't remember his name. And, you know, they're sitting down. Fernanda's sitting on Jonathan's lap, which I thought was a little weird. I'm like, I'm just not one of those people who shows PDA in front of my family. Like, I would never, even if I was married, I would not sit on my husband's lap in front of my sister, my mom, my dad. Like, no. But, you know, they're comfortable with each other. That's their love. That's their relationship. And so, you know, Jackie's talking about how good it is to meet Fernanda. Jackie was being nice to Fernanda, basically. Jackie's boyfriend was saying that he always supported their relationship. He told him congratulations from jump. Jackie said she had her reservations, but, you know, basically she's kind of accepting it at this point. And they're talking about how, you know, they got to meet Mama Cece later. And, you know, Fernanda's was still a little nervous, but, you know, the meeting with Jackie went well. It was good to go. So then they meet with Cece, who is Jonathan's mom. And this was one of the most awkward meetups that I have seen in a long time. First of all, Jonathan seems like he's one of those kids who talk any kind of way to his parents, because if I talked to my mom how he talked to his mom, I would have got popped in my mouth. But I was entertained by it because they both kept throwing shade at each other. So basically Cece's whole angle is that Fernanda's too young to marry her son. And what she fails to forget is that her son is basically a 22-year-old in a 32-year-old's body. Like, he's young in the mind. So, you know, women mature faster than men. So Fernanda's 19. She's probably got the brain of a 24-year-old, maybe. Jonathan has the brain of a 22-year-old. So really, mentally, they're the same age. I feel like Cece really just doesn't want her son to be with anybody. I don't necessarily think, I mean, the age is what she's using as the excuse, but I think that Cece is one of those mamas whose, their relationship is strained. They haven't talked a lot. I don't think they really like each other, but I think she really don't want her son to be with nobody. Jonathan was trying to plead his case and basically saying that you were the same age as Fernanda when you had me. And she was like, no, I wasn't. He's like, how old were you? She was like, well, I got married at 20. And then they're like, okay, Fernanda's almost 20. And she was like, and I didn't have you till I was 22 and a half. And I'm like, you got to put that half on there, don't you, girl? Because if you don't, you know y'all about the same age. I mean, I get what she's saying. It was a different time back then and blah, blah, blah. And there's not a 12-year age gap and whatever. I mean, I feel like Cece was being kind of rude to Fernanda. She could have been more warm and welcoming. But at the same time, she just don't want her son to get married. I think she's one of those moms who just don't want to let go. And I mean, they're going to get married. It's over with. She can be mad about it if she wants, but I know that this is not going to be what stops him from getting married, because he didn't even come home for Christmas. If he's not even coming home for Christmas, and I think she's salty about that. I think she feels like Fernanda stole her son from her, because it's like he stopped coming around. He didn't come home for Christmas because he went to go see her instead. He got engaged on social media, didn't tell her. She had to find out on Facebook. I feel like she feels like her son was stolen from her, and she doesn't want that, and she doesn't know how to deal with it. So she's just gonna be mean about it. That's basically what's happening. But it doesn't matter, because they're gonna get married anyway. After Cece left, it was very strained that you could cut through the tension with a knife in that room. Cece just said, well, I'm gonna go, honey. And she left, and Fernanda started crying because she just feels like she wants to be accepted by this man's mother, and she wasn't. But, you know, it really doesn't matter, because she's gonna marry him anyway. But that was it for Jonathan and Fernanda. Let's move on to the next couple. All right, next is Stephan and Olga. Oh, I just want the best for them. I just want the best for Stephan and Olga. Like, I don't think they should get married, but their baby's cute. First of all, I love Olga. She's probably my favorite person on the show right now. Olga does not let Stephan run over her. She speaks her mind. She stands her ground. And I still like Stephan. I feel like Stephan's a little bit misunderstood. I feel like a lot of people I saw on Twitter were saying like he's potentially abusive and all this stuff. I feel like Stephan is a poorly raised young kid who knows nothing about raising a baby, nothing about being in a relationship with a woman, nothing about life in general. And I feel like that has taken a toll on the way that he behaves, the way that he responds to different things. He explained himself in the car on the ride back from the hospital as to why he blew up on Olga, that basically she kept telling him stuff and wasn't talking to him nicely or whatever. I'm like, but you weren't talking to her nicely. Like, if you want someone to do something to you, the first thing you should probably do is do it to them. And, you know, you get what you give, you know, like whatever energy you put out in the world, that's the energy you'll get back. So, you know, the first time that she may have been a little short with you, if you had maybe answered her and been like, well, you know, sweetie, you could speak to me nicely and say please, but he just jumped at her. Like he doesn't know how to control his anger. He doesn't know how to control his temper. I really think he needs to go to therapy. He needs counseling. He needs therapy. He needs all that. But, you know, Olga basically told him that he was acting a fool. Like, you in the hospital literally acting a straight fool after I just had a baby. The baby's crying. The baby need to eat. He's saying the baby can wait. Please, a hungry baby cannot wait. My mom told me that one time when I was a baby, like, she dropped my sister off at school and I was like screaming in the back seat so bad that she had to pull over like at a park and like feed me in the car. A hungry baby is not gonna wait. You gotta feed him. Like, Stephan knows nothing. Like, he clearly knows nothing. And it just shows every time he opens his mouth. It's like, dude, you literally know nothing about the world, about babies, about women, about life. Like, you know nothing. Like, he just needs to be educated. I feel like he's capable. It just, he just doesn't know. He's ignorant. Oh gosh. But, you know, Olga started crying because Stephan just, you know, he was just frustrating her. Like I said, she just had a baby. She's had major surgery. She needs chill and quiet, you know. But they get home, and you know what I thought was funny? Because when Stephan first came to Russia and like came to Olga's apartment, it was nighttime and it was dark, so you really couldn't see where she lived. This time they came home, it was the middle of the day, and you saw where Olga actually lived. Like, I saw her actual like building. It looks like Olga literally lives in the slums. Like, I know that she was an orphan, that she is a student, and she probably doesn't have a lot of money, but good gosh, girl. I mean, it looked like she lived in a rough part. Like, my heart just goes out to this girl. Like, I feel like she's strong. I feel like she wants the best for her son. I feel like she's doing the best she can. She's a tough chick, and I like her a lot. Her and Stephan further have conversation once they get inside the apartment about how they're gonna be, how their relationship needs to be going forward, how they need to speak to each other. And literally the entire time they're having this conversation, all you see is like baby Richie's head on Olga's boob. Like, she just pulls her sweater up, whips the titty out, and feeds her baby. And I'm like, yes, oh my God, I love this girl. Like, the more I watched Olga, the more I loved her. How she just sat there arguing with Stephan and let him know how what you not gonna do is with that baby on her boob like that. I was like, yes, Olga did it, girl. Like, Olga just wins this whole episode for me. I love this girl, and I want the best for her and her son, and I want the best for Stephan too. I think that he is capable of being a good dad. I think he's capable of being a good man. He just needs some time. He needs some mentorship. He needs some counseling. He needs some therapy. He's got some stuff going on that he needs to take care of, and preferably you take care of all those things before you have children, but he didn't get that luxury, and so he needs to definitely gain some culture about himself. He needs to learn about relationships, about babies, about all of that. Oh God help him, but I'm rooting for them, guys. I don't necessarily think they need to get married right now, but I'm rooting for them. Maybe in like 5 years, like they can kind of travel back and forth or something, both kind of get themselves together, and then in 5 years maybe see if they're ready for marriage. But not right now. They're not ready. No. But dang, I like Olga a lot. That girl, yeah, she did it for me this episode. But yeah, that was pretty much it for them. So let's move on to the next couple. All right, so next is Jay and Ashley. Go sit down. I need you to sit down while I do this. Like, can you have a seat? Okay, I guess not. So this week, Jay and Ashley are kind of out of the honeymoon phase, and they are living life in Pennsylvania like a regular couple. And you know, it's not all Jay thought it was going to be cracked up to be. He's used to going to work every day. No, I can't play right now. I'm filming a recap. I'm literally filming a recap like right this second. I can't play. Jay is used to going to work every day, seeing his friends, seeing his family, like doing things, and he's doing nothing. He's just like playing video games. It's just boring. And Ashley, you know, she has to go to work. She's doing the best she can, but she can't like be at home all day to play with Jay or like entertain him. So it's just, and my thing is, it's like, what did you think that it was going to be like? Like, did you think, you knew you couldn't work when you got there. So I'm wondering, like, did he think that he was going to be like doing stuff around the city? Like, you pretty much know when you leave your country and move to somewhere that you know nobody and can't work, that you're going to be bored. So just prepare your mind. But, you know, Ashley comes home and Jay is playing video games and she's trying to have a conversation with him about something, I don't know. And his phone dings and he starts texting. He says it's one of his old clients from Jamaica and, you know, wants to get a tattoo. And Ashley's like, well, you don't need to be texting anybody but family. I don't know. I feel like this is just their storyline. I honestly don't care. Whatever. I mean, the girl, if he's texting somebody from Jamaica, I mean, he could have been lying. I honestly don't know. Whatever. I feel like Ashley just wanted to argue and she's making all these rules for him. Like he can't text people other than family. Like he can't text anybody other than family. I don't know. Whatever. I guess if it's somebody she doesn't know, I can see, and she's been cheated on before, so sure, her antennas are up. But my thing is, like, girl, you brought a 20-year-old Jamaican to America like, come on, like, really? So later, you know, Jay is frying up some chicken because him and Ashley had a fight earlier, so he's trying to kind of make it better. He's frying up some chicken. That chicken actually looked really good, and he made dinner, and I was like, okay, he's chipping in. So she gets home from work, they sit down and have a conversation, and it starts off kind of good, but basically it just ends with them arguing again and Ashley just making weird demands and ultimatums on Jay and his behavior and how he needs to stop doing the things that she's asked him to stop doing. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm just saying it was just tedious to watch on TV. Like, I really honestly don't care about Jay and Ashley. Not a single piece of my heart cares for them or their relationship. I mean, I wish them the best. All the best to yous. But, you know, I really honestly don't care what happens to them. If he cheats on her, oh girl, the signs were there. If he doesn't and they stay together and live happily ever after, fantastic. Good for them. Whatever. I mean, I feel like they just need something now. And the whole cheating and fighting and arguing is their thing. I just want to know now that he's home and now that he's bored and she's like settled back into cleaning and working every day. Y'all still having sex thrice a day? Are y'all still having sex thrice a day? I don't think so. Let's move on to the next couple. Okay, so last is Eric and Leda. So we pick up where we left off last week, or where we should have left off last week, with Eric and Leda cleaning that doggone apartment. Praise the Lord. They finally decided to join together as a team and a couple and clean up the mess. I mean, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I know Leda didn't make the mess. I know Leda had nothing to do with it. But that's your man, baby girl. And y'all should have come together as a unit, as one, and clean up that mess. And then sat down and talked to Tasha about it afterwards. But, you know, better late than never. So they're cleaning and Leda has no idea how to use a vacuum cleaner. She has never cleaned in her life. And she's, you know, they're wiping down the countertops. The place looks good. I mean, the place looks good. So, you know, they're talking about buying a house. And this was the part that really confused me because Eric says that he had been looking at houses and that, you know, the apartment thing is temporary, that Alessandro has to sleep in the room with him in well, his bed is a twin size bed. So I don't know what size bed that was Alessandro sleeping in. It's a baby bed, I guess. For now, you know, temporarily, but he's looking for a house and he thinks that she's going to like some of them. And then he says, you know, we need to get Tasha to move out so that Alessandro can have that bedroom. But you're looking for a house. Like, how long are you expecting for it to take for you to find a house? I mean, in the time that it takes Tasha to move out, let's say a month. Let's say it takes Tasha a month to move out. You don't think you could pick a house in a month? I mean, I would think that you would be able to pick a house in a month. it was weird because it was like he was talking about them buying a house and them moving out of the apartment, but then they were like, yeah, we need to get Tasha out of here. Why? If you're going to buy, just go buy a house. Let Tasha keep the apartment. Go. Like, that to me is like, okay, you not trying to buy no house. Like, Eric, no, he don't have the money to buy no house. He just said that because it sounded good. He was like, yeah, I've been looking at houses and I think you're going to like one of them. And I'm like, so why does Tasha need to move out? Like, y'all really trying to move into this apartment? Like, I would be like, no, don't worry about it, because this is incentive for us to hurry up and buy this house so that we can get out of this room that we're all sharing so that we can move into our home. I don't even want to be in this apartment anymore. Like, I feel like putting Tasha out and putting Alessandro in the apartment makes the apartment too permanent. It's like, now they're going to be comfortable there. Eric has no plans to buy a house. He's standing there looking like a beige, gray, sweaty. What is wrong with Eric? He has something. This man was standing there talking to Leda. They're inside. Leda didn't look like she was hot to me. They were in the house. I'm assuming the air is blowing. His hair was soaked just in the house. I mean, I know they were cleaning up, but how hard were you cleaning? Was it a workout? This man is, I'm concerned. Like, I'm concerned about his health. He looks drained all the time. He looks clammy, like he's always damp. I don't know. They're sitting down on that blow-up inflatable couch, and Tasha comes home. Tasha comes in. Leda has a stank attitude. Just she put the stank attitude on like a sweater. She is wearing stankness all over her face. This is the first time, supposedly, her and Tasha have met. And she didn't even speak. She didn't even say hello. And I'm like, I know that you're a little miffed about the whole mess that she left, which I don't believe was all her mess. That was Eric's mess too. But still, there are basic manners that you should do, whether or not you're upset with somebody in the moment or not, when you're first meeting them. Like, how about a hi? Tasha was trying to be friendly. You could tell she was a little nervous, but Leda just stared at her and didn't even speak. She just jumped right in and she was like, let's talk about why is the apartment a mess? Let's talk about this mess. And Tasha's like, well, that's how I'm used to living, which is basically what we all thought. Like, they live like that. Like, let's stop with the whole, oh, I leave for a week and it's a mess. No, sir. Y'all live like that. So they sit down and basically they start trying to push this girl out. They're trying to convince her to pack her bag right now. Like, you got 30 minutes to pack up. Because you gotta go so that we can have the room for Alessandro. And Tasha's like, skirt, pump your brakes. Oh, no. Like, you're not gonna just throw me out. Because last time I checked, Tasha's name is on the lease, not Leda. So you have absolutely no right to throw me out. I have every right to live here. And I'm like, well, I mean, hey, she's not wrong. I mean, her name is on the lease. Like, y'all can't throw her out legally. All you can do is try to convince her, and she's not to be convinced, it doesn't seem. And so then Eric tries to throw in her face that he paid the bills one time. He paid all the bills for 1 month. Tasha has split the bills with him up until 1 month ago because supposedly she was supposed to be out. And you know what? If my daddy told me, you got to be out in a month, and he didn't ask me for the money, I probably wouldn't have gave it to him either. Like, I don't blame Tasha. Tasha's like, oh, you want to treat me like that? Okay, I'm not giving you no money. Yeah, I'll be out. I'll be out. And she's just not going anywhere. And I'm like, yeah, what? Like, the girl's 19. Like, I know she's an adult by legal standards, but at 19, you're really not an adult. I still lived at home when I was 19. I could not foresee my parents being like, all right, we're going to pack you up and you're going to go to this hotel that you pay about a week. Hotel? You literally gonna put this girl in a pay by the night or pay by the week motel? Your daughter? Like, with no hesitation, have no problem at all with your daughter staying in a pay by the week motel and trying to push her out just because some woman's here. First of all, you been knew that Leda was coming. Okay? How long has it been since you made plans for Leda to be here? Not since yesterday. You've had plenty of time to prepare for your new family to arrive in the United States, Eric. So putting Tasha out because Leda's here. No, you should have went house hunting 3 months ago. How long? You know how long it takes for those visas to get approved? It takes months. So my thing is, once you start the process to bring her here, you should have been looking for homes for your new family, Eric. Since you're so concerned about your new family and a home for them, why didn't you buy a home for them? Why didn't you have a home ready for later when she touched down in the United States? Instead of being in some ratty apartment that you don't even keep clean, that you split the bills with your daughter and then trying to throw her out at the last minute and put her in a pay-by-the-week motel. You are a sweaty, clammy, gray beige, sorry excuse for a father and a human being. That was the crappiest behavior. Lada's attitude was stank. Tasha should have backhanded her when she didn't speak to her and how she was talking to her. She should have punched her daddy in the throat for even suggesting that she go live in some pay-by-the-week motel. What is that? How do these people live their lives? How have you made it this far? I don't understand. But if I were Tasha, I would dig my heels in even more, which is exactly what she seems to be doing. I would dig my heels in and make it really hard for them, because I would want them to, like, you're not going to put me out. If you want to bring a new wife and a child into this country, then you need to have a place prepared for them and not an apartment where you're all sleeping in the same bedroom. That's on you, Eric, not on Tasha. He always trying to put the blame off on somebody else. Let's take responsibility for what you didn't do, sir. Okay, you didn't have nothing ready for later when she showed up. So let's not put it on Tasha. You putting the mess on Tasha. You putting the fact that Tasha's still there. That's why Alessandro doesn't have a room. No, you didn't have anywhere for them to go. Let's just keep it real. So good luck to Tasha. Tasha, that's my girl. Like, I'm totally on her side. Eric and Leda, they need to find a house and a home for them and their family. And putting her out is not the way to do it. That was pretty much it for this recap. We'll see what happens with all these crazy couples in the next week. Let's pray to God that no more drama happens outside the show. No Instagram beefs. No people getting arrested. Like, let's just pray for peace and tranquility for these couples in their lives. Let's keep them all lifted up in prayer. Thank you guys so much for staying to the end of this recap. I really appreciate it. If you liked anything I said in this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, or share with a fellow 90-Day Fiance super fan like us over here in the Trashy community. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter at NICHI_P_tweets for all my live tweets during the show as it airs in real time every Sunday night. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week in the recap. Bye.